Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Welcome to my first play of Steve Jackson Sorcery. Just came out on Steam today. This is part 1 and part 2. And I actually did this, my first play as a live stream. This is going to be my live stream recorded from earlier today. So we'll be back with that right after this. Alright, part 1, the Shamutanti Hills. Alright, we'll click that. Doing good here. Good to see you again. Begin your adventure. Do I want to be a warrior or it looks like a ninja girl? Or maybe that's just a boy or a girl. I wonder if we can choose a class. Let's be a guy, since I am a guy. You have to let me know if you can hear me okay. Alright, there we go. Steve Jackson Sorcery. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Looks like we got 4 people watching here. Part 1. The Shamutanti Hills. Tap your character to continue. 20 stamina, 0 gold, 0 rations. Panther. Tap my character. It is the sunrise. You dress. Breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and you collect the pack and the sword from beside your bed. Test the blade, pray for luck, or leave the hut. Let's test the blade and see what we got. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring to life. Time to go. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Alright. Draw a path to the flag. Okay. It's pretty easy. I like it. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamutanti wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Alright. Can you guys hear me okay? Andrew says, what do you usually play, and do you have an Xbox 360? No, Andrew, I don't have an Xbox 360. I have a PS4, though. And I usually play I personally usually play the PC. Alright. So these frontiers people are well aware of your mission. I'm going to greet them. You turn to them and bow. Some smile and reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you are to be cursed. Or they believe that I am cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Cantopani Gate, the final doorway between Analand? I guess that's Analand rather than Adeland, and the wilds of Kakabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster Warriors. He holds out his hand. Greetings, Sergeant, or get out of my way. Well, I don't think I'm going to be telling him to get out of my way, even though I have a good sword. I think that I'll greet him. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, he says. I have a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. This is all we can spare this time. And he holds out a pouch. Should I take it, take half, or refuse it? I'm going to let you guys answer for me. First person to answer, I will go with. Yep, it'll be on my channel, Andrew, so you can watch it. And we'll see you later, buddy. So somebody give me an answer. Should I take half? Should I take it all? Or should I refuse it? What do you guys think? Andrew says take it. Alright, I'm going to take it all. First answer goes. You accept the gift graciously. Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says, and you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, you should wish to practice your swordplay. I will go one last round with you, and he points to his staff towards the training ground. Okay, well, looks like that did okay. We got more money to spend, right? Alright, so now I have choices of the training ground, buy rations, or collect my spellbook. Let's go ahead and collect the spellbook first. There we go. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Do without the book or go inside? No, I would definitely want magic. Alright, you lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? He asks. No, tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars, he begins. The spell Zap, for example, is made by using Zarathustra, August, and Piney. But that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create a fireball. FOF will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Yes, you should. The mage nods. The Lost spell is formed with Lilith, August, and Wex, and will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The Wall spell is quite different and uses different stars. The order matters, you see. Wall creates an invisible barrier. You will find the rest in the book. He adds, tapping the leather-bound volume. Thank you, or I want to know more. And we'll figure it out. Thank you. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't, will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. Research magic using the spellbook button on the map. Okay. So here's our spellbook option. Let's take a look at that. This volume contains the 48 spells of Highcraft, as discovered and passed down from generation to generation of sorcerers from the earliest days of the Eastern world. Each spell is formed of 3 letters, and each spell will take energy to cast. Furthermore, some spells will fail without use of a particular item or focus. So the 6 most useful spells are Zap, creates a lightning bolt. FOF, creates a protective force field. Law enables non-intelligent creatures to be controlled. Dumb, make creatures extremely clumsy. Hot, creates a fireball which can be aimed at enemies. And Wall creates an invisible wall. All of these spells are extremely tiring and will cost you 3 points of stamina. More economical versions exist, though some rely on the caster owning particular items of power. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to have to try to remember these. Of course, I have my spellbook, so I can always come back here and look at them. Big. Will inflate the body to 3 times as normal, increase the power of the caster, and especially useful during large opponents, but must be used with caution in confined spaces. Wow. Requires a gold piece for walk. Spell is cast will transform into an invisible metal shield, but the coin will be lost. So it changes. Walk changes a coin, 1 gold piece, into a big metal shield, and you lose the coin. Interesting. Got a spell to unlock any locked door. This one, Raz, requires beeswax. By rubbing the wax on a bladed weapon and casting a spell, blade will become a razor sharp and do at least double its normal damage. Wow. This is pretty cool. Look at all these spells that I can cast. And the ones that I can cast are lit up. The ones that I can't are not lit up because this one requires a pebble, for example. That's a lot of spells. Wow. Okay. Get out of this. Let's go ahead and go over here to the training ground. Alright, you walk with a sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready my sword. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Choose your attack power by dragging the character sideways. Stay at the left. Okay. Oops. What the heck am I doing? Defend. Choose your attack power by dragging the character sideways. I don't get it. That's a jab. There we go. Now it's letting me drag him. Come on. I had it for a second. What the heck? There we go. Oh, I can only drag it over here. Okay. Cut, thrust, charge, defend. Okay, like that. Alright. The Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster Sergeant defends himself as well. The round is a stalemate. My next attack will be one of my strongest, he declares. If you can perform an attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise, you have best defend against me. For a strong attack, pull your character to the right. To defend, to the left. Okay. Grab him at right here, and then we'll just go charge, see what happens. Wow. You play a strong attack, overpowering the Sightmaster Sergeant. He bows. You have finished me. Excellent. No stamina lost. Flawless fighting. Boy, that was easy. Alright. Enough training. Very good, the sergeant agrees. But if you wish to bow in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard where there is space for a true match. Okay. Fight in the yard. Let's do it. Keep wanting to click on the flag. You actually have to drag your character over there. You head over the yard to practice about a real fighting. The sergeant moves the cloth padding from the base of his staff. Uh-oh. Unsheathe my sword. Alright, I will not tell you my intentions, he says. You have to be ready. He has 6 stamina, I have 20. Attack power. I'm going to see what he does. I'm going to hold off and defend. He did one damage there. And now he bows to you, taps the ground with his long staff, and readies the sword. You drop into a defensive crouch immediately. The Sightmaster is not to be trifled with. The Sightmaster comes in with a tough blow with his strength and impact. The problem is I can't read all these words. I don't like that. I don't like how you can't read these words. Balancing his strength and impact, you escape almost uninjured. All right, let's cut him. See what happens. Wow, he hit me back for 4.5 to 3.5. No, he didn't hit me back. I just got him for 2. Time to attack. You swing your sword fast in towards his chest, overwhelming his own staff swing. See, I can't click on this or anything to see the words. He turns his grip to hold his staff more loosely and seems to preparing something. A chance to overpower him. Okay, whatever. Sure, thrust. Oh yeah, I definitely overpowered him, so I won there, so I guess I'm the one who did the damage. So I'm about to win. I'm going to defend this time. Okay. You defend yourself. His light blow sails over your head. You are unhurt. You follow his shoulders. You're probably about to defend yourself. A strong hit would be wasteful, it looks like. Can't see some of these words, but... Well, let's just go for a sideswipe then. He's down to 1. Acting quickly, you sting him with your blade low and fast, saving your energy. I'll wear you out, you declare. His own weapon is raised in defense. He shows his teeth. His breath begins to heave. He is struggling to stay upright. Alright. He's readying himself to strike again. We're going to defend here. He hit me for 1. Not a big deal. He's readying for a strong attack. Defend. -1 again. Alright, we're going to get him this time. Lunge. Oh, he got me. No, I got him. Okay, 3 points. He's dead. Alright. Leaping into action, you sweep your sword across his body with powerful swords. It's time to finish him. Sightmaster throws down his staff. You have me, he declares with a grin. 4 stamina lost. Confident combat. Alright. So it looks like he kind of let us win there. I'm sure he did. Hang on, guys. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We are back, and we just got through conquering the... what was it? The trainer guy. And we bought a spell book in the first town we came to. And now we're going to go ahead and come over here and buy some rations. You just kind of click where you want to go. Draw a path there. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with a sergeant is who I battled, to a stall selling flat breads and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration, the owner says. Let's buy more than 2. There's room for plenty inside. I'll take 4. Yeah, let's take 4. 4 rations is 8 gold pieces, the man says, holding out a hand. It's too much. Do you know who I am? I'm Analan's great hero, you tell him. The man looks uncomfortable. I know that. But I have to feed my family today with whatever happens to the crown. I'll buy 2 rations then. You hand over your coins. The man places 2 rations carefully in your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at your side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but is not necessary. Check the contents of your pack using the items on the map. Right here. Rations. 2 meals. Okay. Treasure. 20 gold pieces. Weapons. Sword. And we got our spell book. Okay. Let's come up here. Oops. Okay, so I can't go to one of these places I've already been to. If I wanted to buy more rations, that doesn't look like I'd be able to. So, interesting. Thanks so much, Candace. You search, you reach the foot of the mighty gate. Were you guys getting some buffering and bad picture and stuff like that before? Right before I disconnected and came back? Because it showed me my stream health was really low. Alright, so the gate's sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you, but you'll have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the DOP spell to be crafted, and he stands back. Cast a spell. Okay, so here's where we're going to learn how to do the magic, it looks like. Tap the letters to find the spell. Okay. He said DOP, I think he said, right? D-O... P, which opens, locks, and doors. Requires stamina. Cast it. Ta-da! You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and moan. Then the hinges turn, with a noise like hail on the canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you had more luck than he. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. Should I say I fear he's dead? If I overtake him, then he is too slow. That does not concern me. I don't know, I'll say I fear he's dead. I'm sure he's dead. Sightmaster nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He stands back from you. Okay. So enter the gate. Together, you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Watching from where? From here. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Well, tell me what's ahead then if you can see so far. I agree with that. So tell me what lies ahead. This path leads first to Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Kristatani, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of the devils. And beyond there? And beyond Kari? I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say the day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun. And from Kari, too. Your progress will be watched. It is time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that the rest of you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Alright, interesting. So, into Kakaland, or whatever it is. The path winds through the slopes of the wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy. as if you were an intruder in their presence. Keep walking. Barely an hour behind the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamu hills are infested with the pestilence of the Bocklans. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Cover my mouth. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you're out here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Your maximum stamina has just decreased. You can see your stamina at the top left of the screen. If this reaches 0, you'll be too tired to carry on. Stamina can be regained up to the maximum by eating rations or by resting. Okay. So if I wanted to rest, how would I do that? By clicking here? Pray, center, items. What's this do? The road begins. Nothing. Rewind? No. Okay, so we know we can rewind now anyway. Cancel. Okay, let's just go over here. Low rise. Another hour passes, and you crest a small hillock. From the top, what? From the top, of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantopani. Look at the village, look for a way around, or move on. I'm going to look at the village. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few penned animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing here to protect. Wow. Okay. Around the village or through the village? Remember, there were thieves and stuff in here. I don't know how we rest. How do we rest? Scorpion right now. What does this do? Okay, don't want to do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and go around the village. Perhaps it is the way the sergeant described the town, or perhaps it is simply a feeling in your gut. Either way, you leave the path and head through the scrub, walking perhaps a mile or so out of your way to avoid the town. From the top of the rise, you get a good view of the land ahead, across the Simsosa River. Look. The river cuts a slash across the land, protecting Cantopani from the dangers of the far bank. There is another village of rough huts on that side, and even from here you can see the sharp poles that spike from the earth between the buildings, a common sight in villages of headhunters. It is a place best avoided if you value your neck. Looking east, there is a glimmer of blue. That's sea. Below the shorelines are the caves of Dadu Lay, a place they say is haunted by spirits. Continue. Investigate the caves or keep walking? Let's go ahead and keep walking. So bring our guy over here. Coming down a low rise, you hear voices ahead and the crackle of a fire. Wait and listen. You crouch down into the low grass and listen. There are two voices, gruff and crude. I hear it's okay on the next day, says one. I've given him 50 gold pieces, I hear. Or they've given him 50 gold pieces, I hear. Easy pickings, the other replies. 2 of us and only 1 of him. Enough to buy a boat. Uh-oh. I wonder if they're talking about me. They gotta be talking about me, huh? That's probably a rumor of me getting 50 gold pieces. I only got 24, but they think they're gonna steal it from me? Keep listening. You listen a moment longer, and we'll have plenty to eat, the other says, and both men laugh. And there is rustling. The men are getting to their feet. They're coming this way. I'm going to stay hidden. You stay low. There's a tense moment as the 2 bandits walk within an arm's length of you, but they are too busy laughing at their joke, and they do not notice you, crouched low by the rocky outcrop of the camp. Soon they are gone, downhill towards the path from Cantopani. You get back to your feet and brush yourself down. I'm going to investigate their campsite. By taking the opportunity, you go around the rock to their campsite. The fire has been kicked out, but they left a billy can behind, containing a few warm beans. Should I eat them or leave them? Let's go ahead and eat them and see what happens. Get some poison gas. Wolfishly, you bolt the beans. They are thick and foul-tasting, but the meal feels good in your belly. Then you hurry on and make your way back down to the path, a little way beyond where the bandits are standing. About a half an hour later, you reach the start of the climb into the hills proper and continue upwards. Alright, well, that was interesting. Go ahead and climb into the hills. Leaving Cantopani behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that teeny outpost, there are scattered homesteads and Kari, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The Balklands and the long shadow cast by Mampang Fortress darken everything. And with the crown gone, or no time for reflection. No time for reflection. There's no time for reflection. You know the importance of your mission. Now it has begun. You must simply survive first and succeed second. You are as well prepared as any man could be. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. The sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. Okay. So, onward to the fork in the road. We went around the town, as you can see. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds down into a valley, and the right rises up to a slope towards the first thick forest of the hills. Look right, look left, or choose a path. Let's look right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path is narrow. It may be hard going in the direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. And look left. You're about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. Is it a trap? Do I ignore it, or do I look around? Let's look around. You look around and finally up into the branches of the tree. A pair of wizened, calloused feet are dangling down over your head, about to drop on you perhaps. Who's there? Who's there, you call? The voice cries again, a little more boldly this time. Up here, I can't get down. It is the voice of a feeble, wiry old man. Stepping back a little, you can see him clearly, as thin as sticks and dressed in dirt rags. Wow. Okay. Help him down? What are you hiding from? I'm going to ask him what are you hiding from, old man? How the old man got up the tree is a puzzle. He must have been escaping someone fearsome to climb so high. What are you hiding from, you cry? Damned Elvins, he replies. I were traveling from Dumpus to the outpost settlement in Analand, but I were waylaid by Elvins, robbed me blind, all but took my eyes, and left me up in the tree. I keep getting older, you see. We all do, but some worse than others. Climbed up, but now I'm too damn old to get down. Now this could be a trap. Let him out of the tree, leave him, or climb up towards him. Let's help him out of the tree. Let's be a good guy and probably get trapped. It's probably what's going to happen. We'll find out. Swinging yourself onto the lowest branch of the tree, you reach up and grab the old man by the waist. He is as light as a leaf, and within a moment you have him lifted to the ground. Thanks a lot for it, he remarks, brushing himself off down, almost knocking himself over in the process. I was just starting to get a bit, perturbed. But I'm on the safe now. He seems remarkably confident, considering that the slightest stumble might break him into bits. What will you do now? What do I get in return? Or leave him and move on? I'm going to ask him what he'll do now. What will you do now, you ask? Keep going for Analand, he says. That's where I set off from, a while back, you know. You wouldn't believe the story if I told you. Suffice to say, though, if I know my eyes from my eyes, you're heading out to Mampang, and you better be smarter than I was. And there. He presses a page to your hand. It is a page torn from a spellbook. This might be of some use to you. I just found this. I found it in mind. Don't go asking how, but it's no good to me anymore. Take it, refuse it, or look at the page. Let's look at it. You look the page over suspiciously. It seems to be half the spell CA something that might have been used for pest repulsion, but it is unworkable in its current state. Should I keep it or refuse it? Well, why would he give me an unusable spell? I guess I'll keep it. Why not? You take the page and thank him. The man falls quiet and squats down on the ground. With his jabbering done, you hear a buzzing sound from high up in the tree. It's a beehive. I'm going to leave and move on. You must move on. The light is fading already, as the old man dashes off downhill towards Cantopani at a terrific pace. You consider your options. I'm going to go into the forest, I think. Alright, the high route seems to be the most secure. In the valley, you can be easily observed from above and led astray. But out in the hills, you can go wherever you may choose. Of course, then night falls. It may be cold and exposed up on the slopes, but no matter. The journey was never destined to be easy. The path winds upwards into the hills and into the cover of the wood. The afternoon sun glints through the trees and plays tricks on your eyes. Every so often you catch a glimpse of some strange-shaped animal or other watching you, only to find that it is the silhouette of branches and leaves caught at an odd angle. You keep up your pace. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold, and the sun flickers on the horizon and then sets, making it hard for you to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. Bright enough for you to see, and bright enough for you to be seen as well. Okay. So, make camp, or keep walking. It doesn't really say what time it is. It told us that it's getting about ready to get dark. I think we better make it camp. So I'm going to go over here and make it camp. Uh-oh. But to tire yourself out on the first day would be inauspicious. You settle down and make camp for the night in a natural shelter provided by the roots of the 3 gigantic intertwined trees. Your backpack will serve for a pillow, and your cloak for a blanket. You lay yourself out on the ground and are quickly asleep. The moon is full and high in the sky when you next open your eyes. You feel warm and more cozy than you did before, as if wrapped in a gigantic blanket. Uh-oh, there's a pain in your leg. Uh-oh. Slowly you realize what is happening. A giant bat has settled on your chest and is feeding on your leg. Shoot. Giant bat, huh? Sitting there eating my leg. No wonder there's a pain in my leg. No wonder I woke up. I'm going to kill the bat. I'm not even going to cast magic on it. I'm just going to kill the damn thing. You draw your sword slowly and carefully, hoping not to disturb the creature before you can run it through. But no matter it leaps back in alarm, you are a dead mofo. Charge. Boom. Take that, you bastard. No, I'm not even going to protect myself from you. I'm going to cut you. Hell yeah, you're dead. Bat's great wings buff you at your face, making it hard to see. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it from the sky as the bat comes toward you and claws with gnashing teeth. The bat is flying erratically now. Another chance follows. Pushing off the tree behind you, thrust forward. The bat falls to the ground, and the light in its eyes grow dark. Flawless fighting. Perfect. The bat dead, you toss its carcass back into the woods, and now truly exhausted, you lie back and go back to sleep. Damn bats had to ruin my day, I'm telling you. Once again, the crown fills your dreams. Only now, instead of being ridden away in the Mampang fortress by the Archmage, you see it on the head of the wizened old man in the tree. "Anyone can wear the crown," he declares to you, "but wearing the crown, you are no longer just anyone." And then he points a finger at you that seems to crackle with energy, and you find yourself drawn towards him, commanded to do his bidding. You are walking toward a crack in the ground. It seems sure to swallow you whole. You stumble at its edge, about to fall. Oh, wow. Well, let's go to the next morning. I thought we was going to have some kind of a test there of some sort. Second day of your journey begins in the morning cool. Still halfway between sleeping and waking, you feel the presence of your spirit, the crow, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still flying beside you. In the temple, they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death. But the spirits are not generous, and you decline to help often. You can ask for the spirit's aid by using the pray button. Walk on. Alright. You can feel yourself getting accustomed to the fetid air of these hills. You have now ascended several hundred feet and can expect to make excellent progress before the end of the day, assuming you don't fall into any cracks in the ground. As you crest the brow of a hill, you see something that turns your blood cold. To your left is a clearing, and in the clearing are several poles planted firmly in the ground. And atop each pole is a head. Oh boy. Turn back and go another way. Look at the heads. Let's look at the heads. The heads are all kinds of ages. Some are recently fixed while others have decayed, and some are nothing but skulls and hair. There are human heads, goblet heads, and one or two heads of creatures you do not recognize. All have sewn up eyes and mouths. Oh, that's creepy. A large X painted on a rock nearby is obviously intended as a warning to not venture any further. But ahead, the road forks left and right, and you cannot be sure which path you are warned not to take. The right-hand path continues to climb, and the left-hand path winds down the side of the hill. Wow. Climb or take the left path? Well, at this point, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one. I'll probably continue this this adventure here this evening, maybe tonight sometime. I'll probably do it on a live stream, and I'll be back a little bit later to go ahead and continue this. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Zaxter99. Be sure you watch this. I will have this stream up for you guys to watch here. It'll be up soon. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be sure you rate this video. We'll see you in the next one.